All right, everybody, I want you to meet a local speaker, an author, a stand-up comic, an extraordinary woman, Marti MacGibbon. She's the author of the new book, Never Give In to Fear, laughing all the way up from rock bottom. Good to have you on this morning. And when you say laughing all the way up from the rock bottom, sister, you, and I want you guys to understand just what you've been through. I mean, it was obviously life-changing, but how much on that rock bottom were you?
All the way. Mm-hmm. I was a victim of human trafficking in Japan at the very lowest point, and
wow.
Yeah, and brutalized and threatened with death, terrified for my life, and completely under the control of organized crime figures. And instead of panicking,
right,
I knew that I had to do something to keep my sanity.
Right.
So I told myself, I am getting out of here.
Yeah.
And I made up my mind that I was going to just visualize getting home by Christmas, getting home to my folks at Christmas. And I began to just visualize that, and I clung to that reality no matter what the outward circumstances. And after a time, the ideal person appeared who helped me. And I was home on Christmas Eve with my folks.
Unbelievable. And I think that, I mean, to have experienced what you went through and then to still manage to reach the level that you're at now, a happy person, a successful person, you know, I think that's got to be inspirational for anybody who reads your book or anybody who knows you. Is that something that's got to make you feel good to be able to share that? Be like, hey, look, you can be rock bottom,
right,
but you don't have to stay there, right?
Right,
making personal choices.
Yes, yes, and I can tell people that. You know, I can say, hey, it doesn't matter how low your low point, you can change it. And the opportunity is there. Everything can change in a moment. And that moment is always within you. And once that moment crystallizes and you get your epiphany and you have the willingness to change and you have the hope, then all your destiny and your happiness just builds from that moment. I've had 17 years of happiness that have come from the moment that I had, and I know that it's possible that anyone can change anything.
And who's the gentleman standing next to you there in the picture?
Oh, that's my husband. He's he's my knight in shining armor. I met him when I was homeless. After I got back from Japan, I was completely traumatized and living on the street. They didn't even have homeless shelters back then. And I carried every single thing I had in a backpack, just essentials for survival. And I slept in an abandoned house, and I was working for 20 bucks a day, chopping firewood and hitchhiking back and forth to work. And I had one non-essential item in that backpack, and it was a pair of fancy black high-heeled dancing shoes, because I thought, girl, you know what, someday I'm gonna get out of here. And that was my symbol of hope. And one night, coming back from work, it was really dark and foggy, and I was really, really scared. And I saw this vehicle approaching, and I kind of threw myself out in front of the headlights, and this good-looking guy pulled up, and he gave me a ride, and he was so nice and everything. And not only did we go dancing, but he's my husband now, and we've been together 25 years.
What a fabulous story. And it is, though, I mean, even though this is a very heavy subject matter, you do manage to tell the story with a certain amount of lightness.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I'm a stand-up comic, so there's a sense of humor all the way through the book. And it's the idea, I wanted to tell the story because I want people to know that anything can happen, and there's always good in any situation, no matter how it may seem. There's always human kindness, there's always hope, there's always the potential for everything to turn around.
Fabulous. And if people want to get a copy of this book, where can they go to do that?
You can call 1-800-BOOK-LOG.
Okay.
Or you can go to my website, www.nevergivintofear.com, and I have a couple links there. So it's everywhere. It's ebook,
That's what I like to hear.
Everywhere. And I'm going to
we're going to put all that information on IndyStyle.tv.
Thank you.
Great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for coming in. You have to come back by sometime.